And now, the Big D and Bubba Weekly Podcast.
Big D and Bubba, they have a show 5 days a week, but they don't get to say everything that's on their mind. So they have an extra one, and that's how we get the podcast. The podcast, the podcast. Big D and Bubba's podcast, the podcast, the podcast. Big D and Bubba's podcast.
Big podcast. I like you too.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. This is so exciting. We haven't had a actual podcast with all of us back in the studio in over a month. It's been crazy because we took time off for vacation at Christmas, and then we ended up, everybody started getting sick at the weird times because that's been going on. It's just been weird and goofy, and it's nice to have everyone back. I love you guys. I missed y'all.
We're all here. It feels weird. The lighting feels weird in here. Is it the lighting different?
It's lower.
Is it lower?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's good for you.
And
Okay.
and also we don't have.
I'm not arguing with that.
I took the Christmas tree down, and that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's no
that take.
I don't think that's what I'm seeing though. I think this light on me is different.
Is it?
It just feels different in my face.
Okay.
I don't know.
Hey, y'all ever had herpes?
What a
Isn't it on your mouth?
That's one kind, yes.
yeah.
Mouth herpes?
Yeah.
I've got like a sore right in the crease of my lip.
Well, if you've never had it before, you probably didn't just get it.
You just may have a cold sore.
Yeah.
But isn't a cold sore a herpes?
Sometimes.
Sometimes,
Not
not,
all.
always.
It's not all the same.
No.
I think it's just dry. I think, and I kind of pick at it. I don't use the lip stuff much.
Well, all right. Welcome back to 2022, everybody. We started with herpes talk.
Not
This is
very
charming.
often
Wow.
you get that question.
That is-
hey, have you guys ever had herpes?
That is charming.
Wow.
I really kind of thought the odds would have been pretty high in here. Maybe not.
Well, that is.
Guess not.
Okay.
Not you, Carson. These
Appreciate
two guys.
that.
Everyone open up your browser history.
Yep.
What would be on the browser history?
I don't know.
I'm trying to figure this one out.
I declare HIPAA.
How to get rid of a cold sore. Is my cold sore herpes?
Well, they all are, right?
No, they're
I think
not.
so.
No.
But apparently they need. I know, man.
They're
Look it
not
up.
all herpes.
I think it is a virus.
Okay, our cold sores herpes. Well, first of all, it says that cold sores are caused by herpes.
Can be.
They could be a symptom of herpes, but
Right.
no, they're not the same thing, though.
Thank you. I
How
know,
many
it's
more
almost
times
like-
are we going to say this?
Well, I don't know.
But I'm glad DuckDuckGo confirmed it.
Jeez, what is up with these guys?
I don't know. I'm a little punch drunk, man. It's been a long week.
Been isolated.
I drank my first sugar-free Red Bull of the year today, and I feel pretty good.
Feeling it, huh?
Feeling it a little bit.
That's crazy. You've gone 3 weeks into the year
Man,
and not
it's-
had
I
one.
guess I had. It's just I've been sick, so then I stopped drinking caffeine and everything, and now today I was like, oh, I need a little hit. And it feels good.
Yeah, you like that?
Oh, I
like
did.
the way it makes you feel?
Because when you know what, when you don't drink caffeine for like a week, and then you have some,
Yeah,
it's
I
good.
wouldn't
it's
have
some
made
real
it.
stuff.
I wouldn't have made it through the cold that I had without caffeine. Caffeine kept me going, dude. I slept so much. I
Well,
would
how
go
do you
home.
drink coffee if you're sleeping?
Well, I'm just saying, that was the only thing that would keep me awake. I would wake up and immediately hit the coffee. I'm like, I got to keep going. I did lose 20 pounds, though.
20 pounds.
I know I've lost.
You
16
can really
pounds.
tell in Bubba.
Well, I know you can't tell me, but I
haven't got to you yet.
no,
and you, I can't tell it.
right. Yeah, no, you can't. But it was still shocking when I looked at the scale yesterday and went, "Oh my gosh, 16 pounds in 17 days." That's
Let's go with Carson with disgust. Carson?
Here's the thing, though, that before I got sick, I was down 13 pounds since
Well, I was going to say,
January 3rd.
your face looks thin.
And so I was like, and this is such a girl thing that I'm like, all right, I got sick, but that means I'm going to get skinny and I'm going to lose weight. And I got on that scale every day. and it never budged. And I'm like, I'm eating nothing. I'm living on Diet Coke and water. And my scale's like, no, girl, we're conserving calories for you. And I was, and you guys, we're down 20 pounds. We're down. And I'm like,
I was down like 15 almost instantly. Like it was like bam, it just melted off. But it was because I wasn't eating. I mean,
yeah,
you know,
I wasn't either.
When you're sick and you got all the snot and everything, it makes you nauseous.
Yeah,
so
my
you just
body
don't
apparently is like, no, we're going to put you in reserves. My body thinks it's being efficient. And I'm like, no, I'm yelling at it, punching my stomach, going, get out.
Come on.
Get out of there.
Let's go.
So I'm going to start back at the gym on Monday. I'm in now.
Okay.
I'm back. So I know you and I have talked about it that this was going to be my year, and you were going to help kind of motivate me and keep me in check. So
I was in such a groove, too. I was going every day.
I know you were.
Just
Yeah, you
killing
lost
it.
13 pounds, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, starting Monday, you got a workout, buddy.
Yay.
You'll be able to look down from the
Yes.
cardio, whatever you call it, balcony,
Yeah.
and look down
My
upon me.
cardio loft
Yeah,
and look down. And yeah, good for you.
What are you going to be doing? You just going to be lifting, Bubba?
yeah. I mean, it's weird because I'm still not, like right now, I'm not even shaved or anything. So I couldn't, because of being sick, I couldn't run calls for the fire department. So like, I haven't been energetic at all either. I'm still kind of like sleepy. And so they're like, yeah, man, take it easy. You know, don't even, they told me, they're like, don't even shave because you don't have to. You know, so I'm not going into any fires or anything like that anytime soon.
That's why you're scruff.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I get to have scruff for once. I haven't had that in a long time.
Right.
How
How you feeling, D?
I feel great.
Yeah? Any
Yeah.
weight loss on your end?
I don't know. I don't weigh.
How's Noom?
You know,
yelling at you?
Yeah. she did. She said, like, hey, this is your SOS text, making sure you don't give up.
SOS, like, why?
So if you don't log into the app after whatever long, they'll send you a text to your phone going, hey, you haven't done anything. Is everything all right? And I gave them permission to do that early on when I was all into it. I'm like, yeah, of course. Yeah, send me a thing. Have someone come to my house. Knock on the door. Yes, I come to my work and interview people around me. Yeah, I was all in. And now I'm kind of like, why did I do that? I guess I can take that off in the settings. But yeah, anyway, Noom is it's going. It's basically just keeping your calories down.
It's like MyFitnessPal, but it
exactly
checks in on you.
Yes. Yeah, and they have little tutorial things that teach you about how to eat right and that kind of stuff. It's just another way to keep you on it. But anyway, it works for a lot of people. But a lot of things work for a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's just don't eat as much and work out. And that's it. And I know that.
I know, but
pizza is so good.
There's a guy that I knew that basically all he did was walk. That was the only thing he did, and he dropped like 100 pounds.
My dad,
Bless.
my
your dad
dad
did.
was like in his early 60s, maybe 59, and he just started walking all the time, and he still does, and he's stayed thin. Like I don't.
How much did he lose?
He lost. He was never as big as I am, but I mean, he lost like 85 pounds.
wow.
And it has kept it off.
How much walking did he do?
Oh, he walks like, I don't know. At one point, he was probably walking 5 miles a day, but I don't know that he still does that as much. But he still, man, he walks every day around the neighborhood.
My
He walked all the
grandfather
time.
did that. He had a quadruple bypass, and the doctors told him flat out, "You've got to change everything about you." And he took it to heart, and he said, "Okay." And I remember seeing him maybe a few months after the surgery, and he had lost a person. And I think he was down maybe 70 pounds. He was never like hugely obese, but he had extra pounds, man of his generation. And he did every day.
I'm a man of my generation.
What does
too.
that mean?
Well, I was gonna say,
I'm a couple of
he
generations.
came home from the war and ate all the steak and the potatoes and everything. And so then it was, everything was salads and skinless chicken, and he would be up every morning walking around that neighborhood, and he just was a different person.
I don't like chicken.
well.
I eat it only because I have to sometimes.
I
but
don't know, man. Sometimes chicken is good. Like I think about that.
I like
People go-
fried chicken. Yeah. That's
Well, I me.
That's the only way I really like it. I like it when it's greasy and just moist and awesome. I don't like people doing chicken breast and tenders and all. I'm like, this is.
I don't know. I made some soup last night. It was so good. It was so good. Made like a broccoli, chicken, and cheese soup. It was.
I've been
I'm telling
reading
you.
really good things about the KFC Beyond Chicken.
See, I heard
Everybody
it's
talking
not-
about that.
I heard it was terrible.
Really, I read reviews that said it was great.
I also say at the bottom of the thing, it's like this is not produced in a vegan or vegetarian like fashion. I'm like, then what's the point?
What is
So
that?
wait, it's not even meat, but it's not vegan or
no,
vegetarian?
they mean that it's the KFC. They're
Yeah.
saying this is not that
They're
they don't.
frying it in the same oil that they fry the chicken in.
Yeah, so.
So it's not really. If you're a strict vegan,
Well, yeah, you're not going to eat it
It's
if
not
you're a
vegan.
strict vegan, but for
You're not
somebody
going
like
to KFC
me,
anyway.
it just it feels good for me that a chicken didn't die to feed me. So it's a nice alternative.
if it tastes anything like KFC, I'm down.
They said it's breaded with the same herbs and spices, and the whatever herbs or the herbs. The only thing I read was people said it was weird to get past the shape because they're squares, and people are like, "Oh, that looks weird," and I go, "Chicken nuggets aren't a
gonna say-
natural shape."
Yeah, people have been eating McNuggets
But
forever.
we're so
Yeah.
conditioned to the little boot and then the little round one. There's
Okay.
like 3 or 4
What about
shapes.
what's your thoughts on the boneless wings? Is that chicken nuggets for adults?
Yeah, you know what?
That's
You're right.
kind of where I feel
You're
like
right.
that's where people always go, do you want boneless or do you want traditional? I'm like, traditional because I'm not eating nuggets.
Yeah, they are
I don't know,
nuggets.
sometimes
they are nugs,
sometimes
man.
a good boneless wing would be good.
Yeah, I'm not mad about it though. I
But
mean,
it's chicken nuggets.
it is chicken nuggets, but that's not a bad thing.
Nothing wrong with chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
What was that again? I'm going to tell my doctor what you said. I'm a man of my
my
generation.
man of my generation.
I'm writing that down. Make sure I get that word for word right.
Yeah. Y'all,
And D, I'm going to need you to lose some weight. Well,
Well,
you
I
know,
am a man of my
man of my
as you know.
so I'm gonna.
You may not be aware, sir. Let me hand you this card. Just read that out loud. Okay.
Get you a business card that just says Big D, man of my generation.
Man of my, and I would have like grease marks on it.
That's my new Twitter bio.
Oh, that's great.
So, as you can see, sir, this is not going to be possible for me. I have an excuse. What are you going to say, Patrick?
I don't even remember. I'm
Oh, okay.
Getting a little.
You need to sit down.
I'm a little out of it, man. I really am.
Okay.
I haven't felt right all week. It's just that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I get you.
Oh, I spent Carson level money on concert tickets this week.
What happened with that? Like that's weird. It's
So we talked a while back about my favorite band, Flickerstick, and then I had booked a show for the lead singer to come to town and sing and all that. Well, they're getting back together. They're playing one show
because of
only.
you.
Not because of me.
Totally because of you.
Because of
has
Patrick.
nothing to
because
do
of
with
Patrick.
that.
Because
sure,
of
because
Patrick.
of
Yeah.
But they are playing this show in Dallas, so it's a big deal. 1,500 tickets. They sold out the show in an hour of general on sale. So I bought my tickets. It's general admission. And then I found out that you could go and email the guy at the House of Blues about VIP upgrades. So as long as you had general admission tickets, they'll sell you like a table with 4 chairs at it on the floor in the front row for like $500. And I'm like, well, that sounds like something Carson would do. I'm going to do that. So I did. And then because the first show sold out, they put another show on the night before. So now they're doing 2 nights. And that show just went on sale today. And I got some tickets. And I'm like, do I want to buy a VIP upgrade to this show as
Yes,
well?
you might
Yes,
as well,
I
dude.
would.
Yeah.
This is your favorite band of all
Exactly.
time.
Oh,
So yeah,
So I
do
did.
it.
I bought a what was it called? A skybox.
Skybox, yeah.
Which is like the front row of the balcony. Like there's a fancy little table hanging off the balcony. Like so.
I did that. We did a skybox for Tesla one time
That's dope.
at in a House of Blues in Vegas. God, I spent
is
so
so
much
cool.
money on alcohol because we bought
You bought a bottle.
Yeah,
didn't
we
you?
bought a
Oh,
bottle
that
of
was
Crown. I'm like,
crazy.
just bring me a bottle of Crown and just
Never
put it here on the
say
table.
that, by the way.
Yeah,
Never in Vegas say just bring me a bottle.
How much of that bottle?
several $100s.
Wow.
Oh, and it would be 1,000.
Several.
now.
It was
Yeah.
like $400 or $500. It was crazy.
No, I think it's a great look, Patrick. It's your favorite band.
Oh, and you look. They're only going to do one show.
Also,
and it's all the original
so
members.
all in-
They got them all back to agree to come do one show. I'm there.
between tickets and VIP upgrade, you spent what, maybe $1,500?
Oh, yeah, but then I also have plane tickets.
Yeah, I know.
hotel,
But I've spent $1,500 on one ticket. Like,
Do you
it's
get to hang out
fine.
with your
getting
dude
a
again?
hotel.
You fine.
I have no idea what their plans are. I'm sure they're going to be doing stuff that weekend. I'll
Well,
try
like
to
you
hook
were
up with them.
the tour guide for
Yeah.
the
I
lead
was
singer.
I was everything. I was his cook. I was the driver.
Did he
Tour
stay with
manager.
you?
He did not stay with me, but I got him. I set him up at a hotel, and my buddy ended up letting him borrow guitars because he didn't like the guitar that he bought. So my buddy Damien, who is a huge fan, like that was the biggest deal to him ever. I was like, "Hey, can we borrow some of your guitars?" He goes, "So you want to borrow my guitar so that Brandon can play my guitar?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "This is the greatest thing that." He goes, "I hope he scratches it. Like, I hope he leaves some kind of mark on it."
Did he?
No, he did
No,
not. But
lame.
it's still cool.
I love it so much.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And then I'm going with a bunch of friends. We're going to relive our 20s. Like we used to, because I've been working with you guys that long. We
Yeah.
used to drive anywhere within 10 hours to see this band play.
Patrick was on the street team.
I was on the
back in the
street
day,
team.
and
I don't even really
Yeah.
know what that means anymore.
it just means you
But-
were very active and
it's
you
so
were
cool.
spreading
We
the
tell
disease.
people about concerts.
Queensryche.
Yeah. What's that?
Spreading the disease. That's Queensryche.
Oh, see.
Carson and I know.
We got this.
Yeah. We're on the street team.
Are you? That's kind of cool. Do they still have a street team?
No.
No,
I
no,
mean,
but-
because it also depends. Do you want Jeff Tate or do you want Queensryche? Because there's two factions now. So
Well, I'm a man of my generation.
the best was though Patrick when he got the pre-sale information, and I hear screaming does not even do
Yo,
justice. His
Ticketmaster's
frustration.
so bad.
What'd
It's
they do?
so bad. It just doesn't work.
It kept
Like,
telling
we're
him he was
paying you-
over a ticket limit.
I know,
which
I'm
he
like,
wasn't.
I'm not. And then I would get to the end, and I had this problem. And Ticketmaster really screwed me up when I was buying football tickets about 2 months ago. And they messed me up, and they charged me double for tickets that I never got. Like, it's just such a terrible, terrible system. And we're paying these people hundreds of dollars in fees, and their crap sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks. It times out. It doesn't work right.
Didn't somebody
We're-
try and go up against them and compete?
There's a
There's
few.
always
Like I'm
somebody,
going
and
to
then they end up buying
shows
them out.
later this year that got booked through AXS, which yeah, and honestly, they still have fees and stuff, and they're not great. Their system is clunky. Although Mark Cuban has floated out the idea of doing NFT ticketing.
What is that?
Like
Oh, that seems
that's the I don't
ridiculously
well,
wasteful.
but his
to have something on
idea
the
was
blockchain.
to, but it was to thwart Ticketmaster. This is his idea that, and I don't quite understand the NFT thing. I know we've talked about it before, but because look, bro owns a basketball team. He can
get
make
it.
it so
Somebody's
his
gotta-
NBA tickets are now. We don't go through Ticketmaster. You go through Mark Cuban's NFT blockchain, whatever.
We're paying convenience fees for Ticketmaster is the most awful, inconvenient piece of crap on the planet. And I mean, so we talk, y'all joke all the time about this leadership music thing I'm in that I'm not supposed to talk about. But the last one we
So here
did,
goes talking about it.
the last one we did was about live music. And at the very end, we had this big thing where we're all sitting around in a circle and talk about what we learned that day. And people started talking about Ticketmaster, and somebody goes, well, it's real easy to crap on Ticketmaster because I'm like, whoa, no, don't just move past that. Like, yes, it's easy to crap on Ticketmaster. You know why? Because they're freaking terrible. Like, why do we just assume we have to accept it and move on? No,
Well, you
it's
do because
awful.
it's what's there.
It's the monopoly.
And that's the bad thing
there's
is,
ways around it. Technology is so good now. I did that. I know I did a little show with 100 people in Nashville, but we sold tickets on Pickle Jar. It didn't cost anybody 75 cents. It was what it cost to buy that ticket. Okay, and it works fine. There are other ways. There will become other ways.
Well,
So
that's
with
where
websites and
capitalism will prevail.
eventually have to
somebody's
destroy
going to have to push the bad guys out. Better product will always succeed.
People are just, with Ticketmaster specifically, people are just so built into, well, this is how we've always done. I mean, we got to go with Ticketmaster. And then I think it's owned by Live Nation, which owns a bunch of the venues. So you're never going to get around that.
And then
but-
they own their own resale services, so you're paying
You're
Ticketmaster for
Ticketmaster
scalpers.
2 and 3 times now. They
It's-
figured out. Remember,
yeah.
they used
So
to
they're
get it
double
around
and triple
scalp-
dipping.
Oh,
Correct.
Yes. So I buy a ticket to a Titans football game, okay, for $100, and then I pay Ticketmaster $22 in fees. Now I've paid $122 for that ticket. Okay. I want to sell it to you for the same amount of money to get my money back. I sell it to you for $125 and I'm going to basically break even. But Ticketmaster, because I'm going to use their exchange, is going to charge you another $25 on top of that. So now the only one who made more money when I resold the ticket was Ticketmaster. They get the fees twice. And they do this every day. And of course they're totally all in on these resale services and verified tickets.
Yeah,
and
because
stuff.
they're double dipping.
And the problem is their product has gotten worse because it's all on our phone now, and it's clunky and stupid. Carson bought tickets for me for this last show because I couldn't get Ticketmaster to work. She transfers to me 6 tickets. I got to individually, one at a time, go in, load the ticket, save it to my Google phone, go out, exit, go load the next ticket. Say, why can't I just hit I'm spending hundreds of dollars in fees. You can't make it to where I can hit one button and go save these 6 tickets to my account? No, because it's terrible. There you go. There's my rant. It's awful. So you want to be not only rich and successful, but also somebody that everybody in the world loves. Replace Ticketmaster with something cheaper and better. It's possible.
Yeah.
I'm not smart enough to do it. I need someone else to do that, please.
All right. Bubba?
I'll pass.
I got a lot on my plate right now.
Well, a man of your generation.
Yeah, very, very busy. Well, that sucks. I didn't know all that. I don't buy.
I just think it
tickets.
keeps.
I don't go.
Yeah, you don't go to anything.
When's the last time you bought tickets
When is the last
to
time you went
anything?
to a concert that you bought a ticket to? Midget wrestling doesn't count.
Micro wrestling.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
That's all right. Besides micro wrestling, Simon and Garfunkel,
What year?
What's that?
1978.
No, you weren't even. He was 2.
I know the last show I went to was right before the lockdown. So it was like 2019, 2020, right up in that little spot in January, December, and I went and saw Frankie Valli. We took Frankie to go see Frankie Valli live. That was the last time we paid anything for tickets. Like,
I'm serious.
I just don't buy concert
I know you
tickets.
went to see Stryper, but I got you tickets to that because y'all did the stage.
I didn't buy that. Yeah.
Didn't you buy James Taylor tickets for the Ryman like 15 years ago? I bet that's the last time you bought tickets to something.
Yeah. I think I bought those.
I have a bad habit of buying tickets and then never going to the shows.
Yes.
Oh my God. My biggest
for
fear
that.
when I got sick and I'm like, okay, it doesn't feel too bad right now, just get over it, is because I have tickets for a show next week. And I'm not missing this. I spent a lot of money. And actually they were relatively cheap by my standards, but still, I don't want to miss it. So, yeah.
Here's the problem
I'm
is
all good.
I get excited to go see a show. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to go see this one. And I get the tickets. And then I'm like, as it gets closer to the show date, I'm like, I don't want to get up and get dressed and have to go deal with parking and walking into the event and then having to go find my seats and be, I mean, that's so.
I know. Isn't that terrible? Gosh, it's so awful. I'll have to go and then I'll have to find my seats.
I have to
and then
find
I'll
my
to,
seat.
And then I'll have to
that's a
sit
very
there
big
with people, and then I
inconvenience.
might actually have to eat popcorn.
That's
and
an
then,
inconvenience. I would much rather just stay home. I mean, that's why I got virtual reality. I watched 2 Chainz the other day in concert.
Yeah, but it's not the same. Man.
What's 2 Chainz?
2 Chainz
rapper?
was on whatever it was.
Is it like a live event? that
Yeah,
you
it was
did?
one of the live events
Oh,
on the
that's
virtual
cool.
reality thing.
Did you show up as like a little emoji guy?
I was a little avatar.
Yeah.
And it's weird because like you have all these other people. By the way, if you don't have a VR rig, this is going to sound really foreign to you, but yeah, you go to these concert venues and you go through different doors and you're like, okay, you got 2 Chainz is doing a show over here. You got a movie you can watch over there. You got all these different things and you're there with all these other virtual people.
Can you get to the front, though?
What do you mean?
Are you at the front of the stage?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Like literally you're right there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like you could almost.
I don't even care if on my couch on be front row.
If they had smell-o-vision, you would totally smell breath.
Okay.
But it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like, but the weird thing is you have all these people in there with you, and they're watching the show with you, and they're talking, and it's like, I don't want you to talk.
You can mute
Yeah, I
them.
was saying, can you
I
get
know,
rid of them?
but like then you have people who get behind you, and they're doing this. They're going. taking their little virtual hands and like touching you in places.
Ew,
Yeah,
what?
yeah, there are some freaks, man. Like and you know
Is
you've
it
seen
D?
it.
Yeah.
You've seen it. There are people in there and they'll come up and they'll start rubbing your little virtual shoulders. And you
Ew.
don't know it because you don't feel it.
Right.
And then you turn around and there's somebody literally right
Right
there
on
in your
you.
face. And you're like, ugh,
It's pretty
what are
crazy.
you doing, you kook?
That's how I got herpes. Got
Full circle. Y'all see that? That was well done.
VR herpes.
Okay, can we come back to, though, since I mentioned it and it's not a secret anymore? We haven't talked about the fact that Big D and I and about 6 other dudes
Have herpes?
No. We went to a hotel bar,
Yeah. Yeah.
to watch micro wrestling
Yeah.
on a Thursday night.
So it's little people wrestling.
Yeah.
It was not the greatest thing I've ever seen, but it was thoroughly entertaining.
I
You
would
guys-
say the same. It was
Big
not
D
the
asked if
greatest
I wanted
ever.
to go, and I'm like,
You were supposed to come, but you were you were the first one to
Yeah.
get sick, and then
Yeah.
the rest of us got sick afterwards. But,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't have gone anyway. I mean, y'all know
man.
me.
Yeah, I know you weren't going to go.
Because you'd have to find a seat.
I know you have to go.
Well, no, they got a sofa or something.
Oh
yeah,
we
but
had-
you'd have to go find the sofa.
Big D got the VIP package. So I'm on my way to my grandmother's house for Christmas, and I'm getting text messages from D freaking out. Dude, for only $500, I can get 10 of us into VIP. And I'm thinking it's like some kind of thing at the Expo Center. Like, no, it is at a hotel bar.
Yep.
And it was
I love that.
Pretty sketch.
a little sketchy.
Yeah.
It
I sat
is.
on the couch and I
Oh,
reached
this
my hand
was
down.
this was not the W.
Oh, this was
not
not
the W.
not that hotel bar. No.
I reached down and I pulled out. There's a pair of panties that were stuck down in the couch.
It's good stuff.
It
Whoa.
was very classy. Very classy.
It's a classy.
Were there really panties in the
situation.
sofa?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you never know.
But yeah, it was fun.
was-
And I will say this: those guys are true athletes.
Oh, they did some
I mean,
incredible stuff.
It was impressive. It really was impressive.
What D doesn't know is that at one point, so the setup wasn't great, the VIP thing, and so they
So
kind
it
of
was just an elevated sofa, right?
Yeah, it was supposed to be a sofa on a stage. But it was kind of in the corner.
And we had to
and
pull it.
so we kind of moved it, and then like they let him and his buddy and a couple of his buddies like take chairs and go sit right next to the stage. So they're literally ringside, and the rest of us are on the couch. It's fine. We're all having a great time, and I don't even know if I'm supposed to say who was there because it
I
was
don't know.
such a big
Who
thing.
cares?
But we're there, and our buddy Reno is there, and Reno goes, "We have got to figure out how to get one of these guys to go sit on Big D's lap." And dude, it became my mission at that point. Every time one of them would walk by, I would like, "Psst,
Hey.
and then I felt
Here's
weird because it's
50
like,
bucks.
listen, how much? We're gonna pull how much for you to go sit on? You see the big guy right there in the chair, that one, the one with the goatee. We need you to go sit on his lap, maybe pet him on the head, something like that. You know, and we couldn't get any of them
But
to fight.
they would jump on like women who were sitting around
front row,
ringside.
they were, like, going
They
and-
would jump up on and sit in their lap and like straddle.
Oh yeah, where do you think we
Oh.
got the idea?
Like strippers.
Yeah.
Like Magic
Like-
Mike-ish.
If he's
Yes.
gonna magic Mike that lady, I bet we can get him to do it to D. Let's go. This is not that hard.
I don't know, man. Because it comes out of they just do it.
They just did it.
I don't
Yeah.
know what I would do. I don't know if I would. I would fully embrace that. I know.
I would hope you would.
I would. I would
hope.
hug him and just
it
hold
was
him.
so great.
I would stand up and just walk
I
around.
don't know that I've ever
I'm
seen
glad I
D.
missed this. Let me just tell you, I would have felt so dirty.
Yeah,
and
it did
just-
feel dirty. I'm just telling y'all right now. It was a little dirty.
But
it was.
not to
it
them.
was-
They're all totally, like,
Oh no, I just
fine.
mean the place. I just mean the whole.
Oh, you mean,
vibe.
like, yeah.
I mean the whole thing.
It was a
like
little
I felt.
scuzzy.
And now realizing that we were probably sick. Like 2 days later, we're all sick. So did we get sick? I don't know. But
Of
you know,
course, yes, of course
but,
we did.
It was so.
You guys have herpes?
It was. He was so happy. It was just him in this perfect element. I didn't know D cared that much about wrestling.
Nope.
Or little people. I don't think he does. It was just the weirdness of the whole thing.
It's just something I've always wanted to do, and now I can notch that off.
Yeah.
I did it.
If it ever comes back around, are you going again?
No.
No.
In fact,
We
there is
did it.
another one coming up next month in Lebanon, but I'm not going to go.
We did it. We did it one. It was one of those things we can go. You know, all right.
I
you
have
did that.
no desire, none. Like that's crazy.
I wouldn't have gone on my own just to go, but to go to be there with him. And
Yeah,
Reno
you
and
gotta
bunch of
go
dudes.
with a bunch of
It was
guys.
a bunch of dudes, and it was kind of fun.
Yeah, it's
It
kind of
was
a
kind of
Vegas-y
interesting.
kind of,
Yeah, but how do you do that and stay? Because Big D doesn't drink. How do you do that and do the whole thing sober? Like that to me is the weirdest part.
No, he just doesn't drink. He doesn't.
I know.
I'll tell you what I did is I had a guy I know named Big D pick me up at home, and I was at 5 Whiskey Patrick before the first bell rang, and it was a lot more entertaining.
Yeah.
It was a lot more entertaining.
And that's why you were reaching out to those guys to sit
yeah.
on his lap.
Now,
Oh, yeah.
now looking back on it, I realized that was a little. Hey, let me ask you a question. Come here. Come see that big
There's
dude
at one
over
point-
there.
There's one point. So they're introducing all the wrestlers, and the one of the final one that they introduced, his name is Baby Jesus, and
Yep, that's not a joke. That's
Baby
what they call
Jesus is the smallest of all of them,
Mm-hmm.
and so they're introducing all the different ones, and some of them are like I'm Psycho, and
Oh, yeah, they have characters.
Yeah, they're characters, and everyone you
yeah.
kind of boo them. They're like they like play
They
with the
have
crowd.
heels and all that?
Yeah, they have
Oh, yeah,
heels.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
fun.
And so they introduce baby Jesus, and look over, and Reno kind of goes, and he goes, boo.
You're not really sure.
He goes, I don't know. Do we? Boo.
Surely, Baby Jesus is a face, right? Baby Jesus is a good guy, right? Right?
Baby
I
Jesus
hope
won
so.
the title, won
Yeah,
the
he did.
micro
He
belt.
won the title, man.
Yeah, he beat
For
Rowdy
real.
Rowdy Redneck or whatever his name was.
Dude, it was so great. They give their little speeches. One guy's like trying to be all sexy and dancing and acting like Bruno Mars. That was
Yeah.
so stupid and awesome.
It was great, man.
And then they have the guy who was the actual guy who was in
Nacho Libre.
Nacho Libre, who the guy who fights Nacho Libre, and he is literally like you took a shrink ray
Yeah.
and shrunk a like
Proportionally.
He's proportionally he's like 4'4" or 4'6", but he looks just like he's built completely like a normal proportioned person. So it's like so crazy, and he's got the
Mask.
He's got the mask and the whole thing, and it was cool. But that dude was athletic. Like, I mean, I guess
They were
you
all
know,
athletic, but he was probably you could
was-
tell that he was like
You could tell
because
he's
he
been doing
did
this
he
for a
did
long time.
WWE stuff. They said
El Torito. That was what they called him, the little bull.
How many women were at this?
Oh
thing?
my God! Wait, that's what I wanted to
God.
bring. That's why I
Carter,
brought
are
it
you
up.
kidding
women
me?
there?
Let me tell you, not
There
only
were no women there.
Not only were there women there and children, because I
Yes.
thought at first it's a little weird if you bring your kids to the micro wrestling at the hotel bar, but no, there were people there that I can tell you were on first or second dates. Like that awkward body language
Yeah.
of, hey, you want to like, and I'm like, wow, if she goes on a first date with you to micro
this.
wrestling at the hotel bar,
yeah.
she might be a keeper. I'm just saying.
There were a lot of families there.
Yeah, it was
There
was
were
a
more-
kid-friendly event. It was. It wasn't like,
Yep, yeah.
you know,
Their language
As
was
they were
good.
magic miking the.
There's a little of that,
it
but I
wasn't
mean, come
that
on,
bad.
it was no worse than what you
really
see on
wasn't.
WWE.
Yeah, it was not
know.
that bad. But it was. I was good. I mean, and they are politically incorrect.
Oh,
they.
Oh,
Yeah, I would have loved that then.
Yeah, they were very. They were just.
I'm so
saying
over
offensive.
all that.
Yeah, I mean,
They
don't care.
were.
I want people to offend me. Like, you know what I mean? I want good comedy again where you can go, ooh, I can't believe they did that. And I want to groan. And I'm ready for some good offensive comedy again.
Yeah, instead of people looking for someone to report.
do you
them
watch
to.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
I have watched it.
You should. You want to be offended?
Really?
Oh my! Yes, I love it so much.
The
and
only
it's-
times I've ever watched it is like late at night, and
no.
it's like the only thing on. And it's that's Danny DeVito, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And
he comes
I-
in the second season and never leaves.
Okay.
And it's
All right, I'll
it's,
check it out.
Yeah, they don't. It's kind of like South Park. They don't care.
Good.
They're not worried about who they're offending, and they're not worried about awards and whatever.
Good.
So
That's what I want. We
yep,
need
there
that.
you go. There's your new show.
Always
That's
Sunny
awesome.
in Philadelphia.
23-minute episodes. You're good. It's on
Where do I
Hulu.
stream this?
Hulu.
Okay.
It's my go-to show right now.
Thank you. This has been this is very positive.
We're
now.
gonna see if Bubba can get offended by a TV show. Come back next week
I
and
don't
let y'all
think
know.
he will
No,
be
no.
getting offended. Bubba's
Nope.
not an offended one. Anything else for you
I got
guys?
nothing, man. I'm gonna go watch football and sleep through the weekend and come back ready to go on Monday.
Bright-eyed, bushy-tailed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch the fourth season of Ozark. Maybe.
Same.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
I have no plans, and that's good.
That's right.
I'm going to sit
Sometimes
around
that's
and
good.
eat some marshmallows because that's what I've been doing. It's part of my diet.
Yeah, okay. If that's on your, if somehow that's on your diet, go ahead.
Just got to stay under the calories, man. And marshmallows are low calorie.
They are. That was always in every teen magazine, which you guys would have never seen, but geared toward teen girls. They'd always be like,
If you're craving sugar, get some marshmallows. Because 10 marshmallows are only.
and every girl's like,
I'm going to have marshmallows. I'm saving calories.
so eat your marshmallows.
And it's a wonder we're all fat and diabetic. I can't imagine how that happened. We're telling teenage girls to eat marshmallows.
Yep.
Well, it's better than having them eat cotton balls. That was also a thing that you
It
saw.
was, yeah.
Real thing.
And you can dip them in
Yes.
sauces.
Oh my
People
god.
dip cotton balls in sauces.
Yeah, mustard was good because it was no calories.
Oh
Ketchup,
my gosh.
barbecue sauce went well, but you have a lot of sugar in barbecue
Are you
sauce.
kidding me?
I wish I could make this up. That's 100% legit.
Don't do that if
Yeah,
you're
don't.
watching this.
Don't do
That's
it, but-
really
That
unhealthy.
is so unhealthy.
Yeah, we probably all should have done that though.
Yeah. yeah.
Well,
Good point.
welcome to 2022. We're all officially back. We're very excited to be moving forward. And wow, I didn't know that about the sauces.
Yep.
That changes the game.
I like you too.
Guys, have a good one. Thank y'all.
Love y'all.
This was the podcast, but now it's over. But that's okay.
It's okay.
'cause you can listen to the regular show on the radio every day. It was the podcast.